Hello everyone, Arianna here. Welcome to the Wellness TV. And today we are going to work on how to enter into a handstand. How do we kick up? Where is the positioning of the shoulder? How do we do it? How do we come down, come out of it? So for today's class, we are going to have our mat. And I have here this elastic band. You can have a normal belt, a normal yoga belt. If you have a normal yoga belt, you see this one is elastic, so it doesn't really, because I can stretch it, it doesn't really give you a proper idea, so I have to put it underneath my foot in here. But if you have a normal yoga belt, try to make the little hoop like in a way that is as long as your leg, and then you will see in a little bit why. So we start with some wrist warm up, always warming up on the wrist when we attempt to do any handstand, because again, think about how small is our wrist. The wrist is not properly designed. It's our foot more that is designed to carry all our weight. So we need to make sure that these wrists are really super strong and good condition in order to hold our weight. So first one, always favorite of all, we are going to place the hands together. And then with the palms flat, we want to take the top of the hands. I'm bringing my fingertips towards me and I keep circling. So I make a circle with my hands. I'm going one direction. I keep my hands super flat. 5, 4, 3. Maybe you can hear it's like click, click, click. 2. And 1. And then I reverse it. Fingertips coming towards me, going out. Maybe one movement is more difficult than the other one. So if you think about circling, you're going into both direction anyway. So if you start it in the opposite direction, don't worry, you just switch the circle. So the circle first was coming in and out, and now is coming in. And think about the palms wants to be together, and then the top of the hands. And then shake your hands. Arms over the head, we're going to open, close our palms, really spreading those fingertips nice and wide. We're going 20, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10 more, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then we slow it down. Imagine you have a stress ball. I always call this squash the tomatoes. Imagine you have 2 tomatoes in your hands, in your palms, and you really want to squash them, but you're going into a slow-mo. So there are so many ligaments and tendons and muscles in the hands. So just imagine you are working through them. We're working all around them, warming up the hands for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and shake your hands in here. They should be feeling pretty warm by now. We're going to interlace the fingers and just making circles. Meanwhile, you make circles with your hands. You want to make circles with your neck. We are going one direction, and then chances are that your hands are going to start to follow your neck in here. So considering we are always with the handstand, we are working the traps, the trapezius, the shoulders, the scapula. We really want to take all the tension in the neck away. And then we are switching the circle. We're going one direction and then the opposite direction. We do 5 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and shake the hands. In here, we're going to bring the hands just underneath the shoulders. So again, we search for the alignment. Shoulders on the top of the hands, grasping with our fingertips the ground. In here, I want to press my hands down to the ground in order to lift myself up. I'm going to walk my feet closer to my hands, and in here, I bring my knees almost touching down, and then extend the legs. My gaze goes in between my legs when I am fully extended, and then is coming in between my thumbs when my knees are lowering down. We are going for 10. Gaze in between the knees
and then gaze in between the thumbs. 9. So warming up a little bit on the back of the legs, pressing the ground away for 8. And again, look at my neck. It doesn't look forward here, but I just want to keep my head, my gaze in between the thumbs and to my knees. So I want to keep this kind of engagement all the time. Arms towards the ears. 7. And then gaze to the knees. Press on the tippy toes. Strong hands, strong tippy toes, and strong feet. 6. 5. 4. 3 more. 1. 2. And 3. So when you do this, you will find immediately that the place where you feel this effort and more strength is being created is in your arms and also in your legs. Your legs have to be very powerful because in order to kick up, you really need the power in your legs. So hands down to the ground, shoulder on the top of your hands. I would like one knee bent. In my case is my right leg is bent, the left leg extended. Less space in between the hands and the feet is going to bring us forward already on the position where my shoulders are on the top of my hands. And in here, I just bend the right knee and I lift the left leg up. Bend, point the left tippy toes and extend. Keep gazing in the space in between the thumbs. 5. Bend and extend. So it's only this right leg is really powerful and is working so strong. Imagine the right leg is my engine and the left leg is my steering wheel. I want to go back and up. 2 more. Back and up. 1 more. Back and up. And if you're doing this right now, you will feel your right quads, your right thigh is really, really working a lot because this leg has to be super powerful. Switch left foot closer to the left hand, right leg extended. In my mind, this right leg is straight, even if in reality, nothing is straight in my body, right? My body is a curve. Everything is a curve. There is nothing, your spine is not straight, it's an S shape, not even your leg. But in your mind, you're keeping it more extended, as extended as you can. Hands down, shoulder on the top of the hands. In here, left knee bend, right leg extend and lift. Down and up. Keep gazing in the space in between the hands. 5. 4. Strong left tippy toes. Point the right tippy toes. 3. 2. 1. And release. Coming down, we are going to do it with both legs. So this is going to mime a kick up that we are going to do against the wall with one leg bent, one extend. And then we're going to do some tucks as well. So hands down, shoulder on the top of the hands. In here, bend and extend. Knees touching down and lift. Keep gazing down. 5. Both legs now pressing. If it's too far away, coming back. Less space in between the hands and the feet. You can also place the top of the feet down. Hands by the knees and in here, push. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Can you stay up for 5? 4. 3. If it's too much on the tippy toes, of course, you can undo the tippy toes. 2. 1. And release. Come down for a moment. So the most important thing is we really understand that it's not only our hands, it's not only our legs, everything in the body is coordinating. At the same time, my hands are pressing down and pushing the ground away, almost like I wanted to dig a hole in this floor with my hands pressing down, engaging my arms. My legs have to have the power of doing something. Otherwise, it will look like this. Okay, so turn around against the wall. You want to have almost like a shin length between the wall and yourself. So my shin is here, and this is where exactly like my hands are going to be down. So my hands are going to be down here on my mat. And imagine this, if I was only using the legs without giving them power, this will happen. Whoa, 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 or here, whoa. I would have no power. While when I'm kicking up, again, I'm trying not to kick up from further away. I have to be on the top of my hands. One good thing that can help is that if I was in my downward facing dog and I place my blocks under my arms, you see how the 90 degrees kind of angle is pretty much non-existent, right? But if I place my block just here and I approach myself, I walk my feet towards my hands. My arm now is tall, like the block is, right? And is a completely different angle than this. So in order to travel less and have kind of that alignment that allows me to be in handstand, what does give me balance? The alignment of my feet to my hip on the shoulders, obviously when I'm upside down, and you can find it also against the wall. If you come here with your heels towards the wall, you find your heels to the wall, your hips to the wall, your shoulders to the wall, you extend your arms in here, and you are in perfect balance in here. I don't want to arch, I want to round and engage. My arms are coming around, and I push. I imagine my ceiling is coming towards me down, and I don't bend my arms. I push away. I lock my arms, biceps to my ears. So in here, I'm on a handstand. We agree on that. I just need to be upside down now. Now, hands down, shoulders on the top of the hands in here. Grasp the ground with your fingertips. I'm going to start with my right knee bent, left leg extended. And in here, all I want is give it like few kick-ups. Boom. And I reach the wall. Once I reach the wall, I bend my left leg, the one that is on the wall, and the right leg is fully extended. I keep looking towards my thumbs, or I can also gaze towards my tippy toes. When I change my head position in here, nothing change. My lower back or my upper back don't change. It's only my neck. And this here is this principle. So when I look up, it's only my head that is doing this movement. Nothing changes with my head. While when you're upside down, it's very easy that this happen, this swinging, this kind of like waving on the chest. So a few times on the right leg, bend the right knee. Imagine this is again is your engine, and this has to direct you from down, has to make a circle and go up. So you need some power on the right leg. Bend and extend. Once you reach the wall, left sole of the foot on the wall, keep gazing in the space in between the thumbs, and these right tippy toes, point them to the ceiling. If you change your head position, you don't change your back. So you don't want to end up here, but you want to end up kind of nice and tall. Holding, and then with control coming down. Try to always work on the way down as well. So the way down, instead of flopping down like a souffle, poof, out of the oven, try to really control and to fight the gravity, because strength is created on the way down. We're going to do the left leg. So again, closer to yourself, always check, where am I gazing, space in between my thumbs, are my hands active, shoulders on the top of my wrists in here, my hands, my left knee bend, right leg extend, I need to bend, extend, bend, extend. When I'm ready, little kick, right foot reaches first, bend the right knee, the right leg, left leg extended towards the ceiling. Keep gazing forward, suck the belly button in, and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. When it's time to come down, you try to resist the way down. Okay. One more time on the left leg, and then we do different entries. Now, right now, we are basically doing this position. One is bent, and the other leg is extended, and this leg is pressing
in here to give us the kick in order to lift up, okay? So in reality, however you want to see these handstand positions, you can think of a handstand standing or with the hands down is the same. The body is the same, right? It's just a different perspective. So in here, hands down, grasp the ground, shoulders on the top of the hands, and every time you go into your attempted handstand, you're going to repeat yourself. Where is my gaze? Where is my shoulder position? My arms are not bending. My left foot is close to myself. Right leg is extended. I'm going for it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Little kick, right foot to the wall, left tippy toes up, push. Readjust yourself, push the hands down. Imagine your left tippy toes are almost hanging from the ceiling. Suck your belly button in, and then when you come down, don't lose it, don't lose it, don't lose it. Come all the way down, shake your hands, and take a moment. For the next one, we're going to think of a 90-degree position. So when we are doing posture in yoga like Utthita A, Warrior 3. If you notice, Utthita A, my right leg is extended, the arms can be alongside the ears, and I just need to shift my gaze, and I'm on my handstand position. So for more stability, right foot on the wall. In here is nothing different than position number 1. Position number 2, hands to the wall. I'm gazing in the space in between my thumbs. My right leg is behind. Warrior 3. Position number 3, when we are into the handstand, there is nothing different in this position. The only difference is I'm on my hands in the final product, but I condition my mind and my body to know that every time I'm in this yoga posture or I'm in my Warrior 3, I'm still gazing against the wall. I'm still gazing and my legs has exactly the same position. I just need to transfer the weight to the hands. So this time we're going to take a few kicks. Imagine our legs staying in this 90 degrees angle. So one leg is going, my right leg in this case, my left tippy toes are going to point towards the ceiling, and my right tippy toes are going to point to the back of my mat in here. So when I kick up, I still kick up with the right knee bent, left leg extended, and then I try to find that 90 degree. Even if when you are suspended, when you're upside down, it's not 90 degrees perfect, like we don't have the ruler, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter in your mind, you want to find that kind of angle that keeps you in balance. So think about one set of tippy toes are going to the ceiling and the other one is coming to the back of your mat. So this ankle with my arm is gonna do 90-ish. This ankle with my feet is going to be always 90. So we try the right leg, we try the left leg. Obviously, we'll have like a preferred leg. Mine is always the right, and it's okay. It's okay not to be also perfectly equal with both parts of your body, because chances are that you're going to be 1 in a million that is perfectly equal. In that case, great. But work on your strength sometimes. You know, if you reach like a good result on one side of your body, don't beat yourself up if the left side or the right side are not equal. It's okay. Enjoy your handstand and enjoy the journey. Shoulders on the top of the hands, fingertips, gaze at the fingertips in here. Left leg is bent, right leg is extended, and I'm thinking 90, 90, and then I'm coming down. And again, 90 degrees with my legs, 90, 90, 90, 90. If I reach the wall, push on your hands, you have the stability, you can have a heel on the wall, and point the toes like you mean it, point the toes, and then coming all the way down. So remember, when you work on this position with the legs,
This is nothing else than a handstand. You just need to transfer the weight and work on positioning on the body on the wall. And eventually will be, even in the free room, really, really easy because your body gets it, your mind gets it, it's coordinated. Different entry, third different entry, we're going to tuck into handstand. So in this case, I want to really feel like my legs all of a sudden have been glued together. So my knees have been super glued together, my feet have been super glued together. Of course, they're going to open in the tuck, but I want to be able to coordinate the movement with both legs, almost like in an explosive way. So imagine you're doing a jump from here, you're squatting down, and you want to jump up. In order to jump up, you can't just jump on one foot or the other. You have to use both feet, right, in order to have that power of the legs. So you have really to engage both legs. Same is when we are upside down. Again, shoulders on the top of the hands. I still remind myself, gaze in between the hands, arms extended. They are not bending, they are not opening, they are locked. I bend my knees and I want to jump up. Few times, jump up. If I'm up, I point my toes. And again, if I feel like this is happening, I'm going to the wall. I'm going to bring one knee in and the other foot is on the wall. So then instead of being in a back bend in here, I want to reposition myself into a more efficient way. Now, when do I become lighter? I become lighter when my hips are directly on the top of my shoulder. And I have stacking. So if you think about the principle of balance, when I have two blocks in here, these two blocks, if they are stuck on the top of one another, I can, well, maybe not on my left hand, but on my right hand, I can balance, I can balance, I can move, I can balance. But if something is out of balance, is pretty much like if this were my legs or my hips were completely out of balance and this is my upper body that is trying to sustain that, then it's going to be really hard. So one more tuck and then we will use the belt. Few more tucks, so toes together, feet together, shoulders on the top of the hands. Even if your tucks looks like this, boom, and down, it's okay. Down, boom, 3, 2, 1. And also think that there is so much energy that goes into kicking up and down, much more than holding it. Once you hold it, and with confidence you've done all the work and you will feel very light. But the journey to get there is going to be a lot of kicking up, okay? A lot of kicking up and a lot of energy expand into it. Now, what happens when my hips are not reaching at the point and I'm like kicking? One good tip to do is to approach the wall closer and trying to arrive at the wall with your hips before your feet. So I'm going to show you what I mean. I'm going to bring my hands closer. I'm going to jump up the wall and my hips are landing before my feet. And then I'm coming down. And then again. Bum up, boom. In this way, I don't know if you notice, I try to slow the movement down by the hips being over the shoulders. One more time. Bump to the wall, boom, and then feet. And then you can slide the feet down and then work your way down slowly, slowly, slowly. So remember, bump to the wall, not feet to the wall. Bump to the wall first and then feet. Bump to the wall. So you are basically using your hips, you are controlling your hips or trying to, instead of your hips, just swing forth and back. Now with the belt, I would like you to try, if you have a long belt, remember, as long as your leg. So I'm creating this loop. I'm going to step inside with both my feet. And then the right foot steps over the belt in here. I'm going to bring the belt to my hips. And remember what we were doing for 90 degrees legs position.
This foot that is free of the belt is going to stay on the ground. This right leg is lifting. So the left knee is bent, the right leg is extended. My hands, again, are under my shoulder. My gaze is always fixed in between my thumbs. I kick, and in here, I extend the right leg up, and it's really helping with the belt because it's almost like forcing you to keep that 90-degree angle. We do it a few more times. Lift. You will have to keep, in this case, notice this, the feet flex. Well, one can point, the free one, the other one has to flex just because the belt otherwise will snap off. So I find this one really, really useful when I want to work on that kind of 90 degrees. And then what does detach me from the wall? We're going to try on the other legs. What does detach me on the wall? So as I said before in a drill video, when I walk, I don't realize how my toes are grasping the ground. Why are they grasping the ground when I walk? Because my balance, my body is moving. You always will want to fall forward or fall backward. Same with the hands, if you're walking in your hands or if you're stable in your hands. So my toes are my brakes. In the same way are my hands. So these hands, whenever they are on the ground, they constantly have to have this kind of like a balancing position where I'm grasping. Let go and grasp, let's go and grasp. So really have a look at your fingertips. See if once your weight is over you, they can turn a little bit white. In my case, they are white already from the nail varnish, but you know what I mean. Like they turn a little bit white because it's going to be a ton of weight, right? It's my body weight as well is going to be a lot for my hands. So you constantly grasp in order to stop yourself from falling. But in the same way, once you're on the wall, I'm going to do the other leg in a minute. This is what is going to take you off the wall. It's not going to be your legs moving. It's by pressing the fingertips down to the ground, taking off the leg on the wall and staying in balance. My legs want to fall. My hands are active and they are constantly doing this. Now, the other leg with the belt. So I'm coming inside my loop. This time the right foot is in and the left foot is on the elastic band. Stay. I'm going to bend my right leg, hands down, and in here again, check positioning. Don't be too far away, be over your shoulder so you have less distance and you make life so much easier for yourself. Bend the right knee, flex onto the left foot, lift. Obviously, this is my worst kicking leg, but we can stay. And the belt really helps because when this leg wants to come down to the ground because gravity takes us down, this one is like, I lift you up, don't worry, I got you, I got the belt. Okay, so remember, different ways to entry. You can always use one leg as the engine, the other one is the steering wheel, leading you there. Once you're on the wall, please, 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 none of this because this is not right. Bend the knees. You can stay in here. And again, the hips are not out, the hips are in. So you want to have a kind of like line that is maximizing your hips over your shoulders over your hands. Maybe extending one leg and in here pressing on your fingertips. You can also come off the wall in here. So in the same way, when we are facing the wall, obviously our hips are against the wall, but when we are facing away from the wall, remember this, for every entry, there has to be an exit. How do we exit the wall? This is the most important, probably, tip that I've ever been given. imagine which one is the side where you would do your great cartwheel. Now, I have my right side is my better side. And of course, imagine when you're doing a cartwheel, you're not going to do a cartwheel like this with the legs bent, but you're really going for legs extended, placing the hands down and doing your cartwheel. So this extension of the legs, I would like you to think about it when you come with the face towards the wall. And of course, feel always safe. If you don't feel safe facing away from the wall, then stick to the wall until you feel safe to the wall. I'm going to place my hands down. I'm going to walk myself towards the wall. Okay. And I want to teach you first the exit out of the wall because this is very important. So I'm here, I can do some hold on the wall. When I want to exit the wall, I have to be able to have my body into a cartwheel state. Now, the cartwheel hands are not positioned like into a handstand. So I have to bring my right hand on the side and cartwheel myself down, okay, safely. So my hands are starting here. Imagine I'm against the wall. My right hand has to come outwards. Okay, I'm going to show you again. I'm walking to the wall, and then one hand has to change position. So I ended up with my left fingertips in, my right fingertips up, in a way that allows me to create space on this corner to come out. And obviously, I don't want this to happen. I place it this, and I'm like, down. Or I can walk down, but I'm making it really difficult for myself, and my arms are twisted. So I just want to have like a movement where I'm down, I'm safe, boom, and I'm back on my feet. One more time. I'm walking back up to my wall, and notice I'm doing it on my right hand side because my cartwheel on my left hand side is not so good. I'm aware of this, and considering I haven't done cartwheels since I was 12, I'm gonna stick to my right side, and boom, I'm up. Okay, so always for protecting your descent and also for safety reason, stick to your good side. Work on your good things. It's okay. Work on your weak side as well. But like, if you want to feel secure, stick to your good side, the one that makes you feel stronger and more secure. Now we are going to the wall. In here, there is a tendency of this. So here, my weight is all on the top of actually on my heel of my hand. So I want to walk forward. I gaze in the space in between my thumbs. In here, my legs are kind of 90 degrees. I have to find a little bit of measurements. And then I'm lean forward. Notice I don't lean forward with my head. I lean forward by pressing my right tippy toes away from the wall. In here, I gently press them away. Press them away. If this is okay for you guys, great. If it's not okay, stay here and hold. If it's okay, I can take my foot off. I can take my knee off. And I can also come down. Remember to bend the legs if you're coming down this way, so then your back leg is not left on the wall. Okay, so you want to come away from the wall with control. To recap, shoulders on the top of the hands at all time. Every time, even if you were doing this against a wall, they are going to be much, much harder, super hard. The legs can be together. You are pressing forth. You are pressing back. You don't want to go forward in a way that you are completely losing the shoulder strength. You want to keep pressing down in here. Keep pressing down and stay where you can. Maybe one knee here, maybe change it, and then work your way towards your balance. I always suggest find your balance first facing the wall, and then you can take away yourself from the wall gradually and move into the free room. Once you are, because when we face away from the wall, is a lot of strength that is required. It's great,
but a lot of energy is going to be expended into, oh, I have to hold myself, I have to hold myself. While the handstand should be effortless, should be just your imbalance. And balance doesn't require very much effort. So find a position with the drills that we use today. See, hopefully they help you so much that you will be kicking up into your handstand super soon. Thank you so much for following. See you soon, you guys.